Hello everybody and welcome back to Calmsden Farm. So I've been trying to have a think of what to do with this field. Now last time I said that I was thinking about putting canola in the ground because we can plant it now and we get a good amount of money. But I've been thinking on that one. At the minute then, we own this little cow barn here with a little bit of a grass field here, which obviously now we've got cows in, we're going to leave alone. We've got one grass field over there, second farm, and this one only big field. Now, I would eventually like to be able to try and get this, which is where the sheep are. It's 110,000. I would like to try and get that. And I would like maybe, an extra grass field here. We've got one here as well. We've got this big one here. We've got these couple of little ones here. So it would be nice to get some extra in here if we can. Looking on the pricing list here, canola then will fetch 2,200, just shy of 2,300 at its peak price. Now, that's not bad. But then I was having a quick look through and seeing, then I stumbled across soybeans. Look at that, at its peak price, nearly 3,900. Now that sounds better to me. The only downside here is canola, as you can see, looking at this little graph here, the crop chart, we can see that September is where we are now. We're right smack bang in the middle of the green for canola, so we could put canola in the ground right now, but we can't harvest it until July next year. But if we look a little bit lower, you can see soybeans. Well, we can't do nothing with them until April. So we need to wait until April to put soybeans in, which makes sense really, because if we go put canola in now, it's going to get past the soybeans again before we can harvest. It's just a bit of a waste. So what can we put in the ground to tie us over until April next year? Well, I'm thinking grass. Yes, I know that might sound a bit mental, but just think, if we put grass in, it's a heck of a grass field. We can dig it up whenever. Grass grows pretty quick. We'll be able to get a lot of things here for the cows to make TMR, silage bales, hay, just everything. And if we do get sheep, more grass bales. I just think use this to stock up to get us through winter until April. Then we just dig it up and put soybeans in. So that's the plan. So here it is then, my trusted planter all hooked up. I do like this thing. We've had to lease it. It's cost like nearly 9,000 to lease. Ooh. Plus, it's going to take a little while because it's 8 meters wide and it's quite a big field. So what we need to do now, we've got some seed and fertilizer here, so we just need to go and hook up. Grab some of these. Get my bag lifters over here somewhere. There it is. Grab that, hook up to that. I'm guessing one bag of fertilizer. I'm not sure how much it's going to take, actually. Should we go? Let's just go inside. Let's go for one fertilizer for now, I think, maybe. Let's actually grab two. Can we grab just one? Wants to pick up two. Only want one? Let me get this sorted. So one bag of fertilizer, one bag of seed there. Let's just see then if we can go fill this up. Like I said, I'm not sure how much it's going to take. There's 62%, that's not too bad. Let's see how much about seed as well. So I think doing this as grass is going to be good because we're not going to need as much fertilizer to put in the ground because it's grass. Won't need to lift it up, as you can see in the top level. It's not going to put down much, which is good. But I do think this is going to be a good idea. It's going to tie us over until we can put soybeans in. And then we should bring in the money. Don't forget as well, we've got wheat. Also, we've got some silage bales over in the other farm while just chilling out there fermenting. So we've got them to sell. I think this could be quite good. So we are all full then. We've got full fertilizer in here because I do think it's going to use a fair amount of that for this field. And we've got 2 bags of seed in here, so 64%. I've set this to course play because there's a few other jobs that we can get on with while this is going on. So let's just see. Let's activate. Let the workers start and see. We're selected on grass. This should be quite good. It's going to be quite a good grass field. It's going to give us a nice amount of silage. We're going to get some hay, some grass. Yeah, there's going to be a good amount of things that we can get from here. Now, it's putting 240 kilograms per hectare of fertilizer down. So, yeah, that shouldn't go too drastically. This whole field's not the best. But, yeah, it's looking pretty good. So, grass going in. Bales just literally straight ahead there. You can just see them in the corner there, fermenting. In Jan as well, we've got wheat that we can sell. So hopefully money is going to be coming in soon because we're just under 10,000 left in the bank account now. And that's kind of scary, that is. So let's crack on and get some of this grass in the ground. So we'll leave the worker to get on with the grass, and was it just me or was it anybody else getting slightly triggered by the worker going around the corners, missing little bits? Yeah, I was itching to take over and like, no, you're missing bits, but then I did set the worker on smooth corners, not sharp corners, just to get a little bit quicker. I'll go back and tidy up after. So just having a quick look on these bales then to see we are 55% fermented. Not going to get done in today, so they're going to be next month. Why I'm over here then, I was having a look at these. I've changed these up to add on the little conveyor belt sort of system on the back, so it will bring it all in into one. Now it doesn't cost any extra to change that, which is pretty cool. So it just means when we cut the big field, we can eliminate the things we're doing. Instead of having to windrow it up, we can just swath it in if we're going to do silage bales. Obviously we're going to need to do it like loose and all over the place if we're going to be able to fluff it up for hay. But I was also having a look at this as well. This is quite a big barn, and obviously we have got lights here somewhere. There we go. So I was thinking maybe this would be better, because I found in the previous episodes the straw was a little bit tight to get into that shed. So maybe this could be the better shed to be able to stack all of our bales in. Big enough doorway to be able to get the telehandler in. I'm just thinking that might be better, do you think? It'd be nice to sort of have them all sort of stored in, and them other sheds are a little bit tight to get in. So I'm thinking if we sort of put on the back wall here, we should be able to get them all in this way. I think it's worth having a go. So I've rented myself this thing. Now, it's a bit of an issue because I've only got one tractor on this farm at the minute, and obviously money's really tight. So I was having a look through the smaller tractors to see, but there's still like a couple of grand to rent. This thing, about 850 quid. And I thought, this is never going to pull that. But the only beauty is because the trailer's auto-loaded, there's no actual real weight on there. Now, if I disabled the auto-load, so they dropped on the trailer as normal, I think it would snap in half. The fact that because it's still auto-loaded, it doesn't really know there's much weight on there. And yes, it does look a bit mental, doesn't it, that? Small thing like that, big trailer like that. I just thought, this might be a nice little thing to just run around to be able to move things about with. I've got nothing else. The telehandler won't connect to the trailer. This was my only option. So this is what I'm going to do for now. We're going to get these and I'm going to see if we can stack them in this shed. Just see how they look. You know what, actually, them bales that look quite big in the other shed, like it just filled the shed out, well, they're the same ones that are stored there now, and it just seems like they seem lost in here. I do think that's quite better because I can actually stack these higher. Potentially we could go another stack on top, but I've just left it at 4 because when you put them on top, it's a bit wobbly, and I thought, yeah, they're just going to crash down. Let's just leave them like that. So these ones obviously right back to the wall. Them ones there can't go back to the wall because just behind there is like an old tire. You might see there's some little bits like littered around here. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think this is pretty going to be a nice place for them because we'll be able to stack up more here. Might even be able to, like, if we try and maybe get around that there and stack them to the side here, do some hay, silage. We could even put some grass over in this corner here and just sort of run them down this wall. Yeah, I think this is a good place. We'll leave the telehandler in here for now. This thing wasn't too bad, actually. I did have to obviously unload them onto the trailer to be able to take them off. I could have, like, unloaded them off the trailer, but I thought, you know, I'm going to leave them on there. They're nice and neat. Pick them up from the trailer. They're a little bit higher. This thing did drop down a little bit. Didn't quite snap it in half, but yeah, it was a lot of weight on there. And obviously, while I was doing this, I saw the little message pop up to say the worker's done his job. So let's go and have a look, shall we? So the worker's not done a bad job. There's just a few little bits. These little patches here that need to just sort of go over. You might see there's also these little patches here, which these are okay. They have actually been planted. It's just due to the fertilizer wasn't needed, so that's why they still look a little bit different. But these ones, yeah, kind of need to go over these corners just a little bit. Now, we got away with this. I'm hoping, actually, we've got 5% fertilizer still in here. And 13 grass. Oh, sorry, not grass. 13 seed in here. I'm just reading what it says at the bottom there. I'm hoping if we can touch up these little corners with what's in here now, that'll be perfect amount of measure, that will. So I'm just going to go around, touch these little bits up, and then the field is complete. Everything is looking good now. It didn't actually use hardly any fertilizer at all. It still says 80. It just dropped 1 litre on the seeds. That's not bad. So everything's looking perfect there. Now, I mean, we could go right into the little corners a little bit more, but you know what? It's just grass to tie us over until we can get into April to be able to put soybeans in. So I think we can go ahead now and actually unload this. Let's have a look. See, we can unload somewhere. Unload. There we go. So just last little bits, and then we can actually drop this thing off. We'll send this back now because it's leased. We don't need to do anything else with it. And obviously, we don't want to get charged as we go through the months until April. So that's everything we can do now in this month. So I think it's time to head home, put our feet up, grab a pizza, go to bed, wake up in October. So I'll see you in the morning. It's a beautiful morning then in October. Rain is on the way. So let's head out. Let's jump the gate. Let's go and have a look at our fields and see what we're looking like. Oh, neighbour. Morning! He's walking right at me. Oh, he literally just walked past and blanked me. It's that kind of village, is it? Ah, fine. All right then, don't talk to me. Well, let's go and have a look and see. Where have we got to go to? Well, this field over here then. So let's just walk into this gate here and have a look. This one over here, if we jump the wall, this is ready to go again. It's ready to cut again. That's looking good. Let's go check up on our big field, see how that's getting on. Just bypassing, I thought I'll show you this. This, for me, would be heartbreaking. This is someone else's field, someone named Jimmy. He's done nothing with it. Look at this. It's withered. All that lovely crop is just ruined. It's all gone bad. Jimmy did nothing with this. He didn't harvest it, didn't get anybody in, didn't do anything. Just let it go bad. Now, this is obviously the field that we see next to where all my bales are and where we've been storing. This is our farm, but the field's not ours. Jimmy owns the field. We own the farmland. That's gutting. That would have been an absolute beaut. Well, that was barley. No, it's nothing anymore. Jamie, that's a lot of money you've wasted there, my friend. While we're here, let's just have a quick look on these. How are these doing? Yes. Oh, no, I thought that was done then. 95% fermented. So hopefully by lunchtime, these are done and we can actually sell these and try and get a bit of money. Let's go check on our grass field. Well, our grass field is actually looking pretty good. It's stage 2 of 3, so it's actually well on its way. It's only got one more to go. And we're ready to cut it. Look at this. Now, granted, that is quite a massive field of grass. But look, we're already nearly ready to cut this. It's nearly ready to go. And we've just gone to bed once. And this is ready to go as well, but we're going to leave this for the cows, let them eat on this, because I have got that mod that lets them graze on the grass, keeps them going. That's pretty cool though, isn't it, that? Looking good. So the silage bales are ready to go. We've just sort of fast forwarded time a little bit now. We're sort of 10 past 11 and they are ready to go. They're all done. I'm just wondering, the best time to sell them is in Jan at around about 50,000. Looking on my stock checker, if I sell them now, it's showing here we've got 150,000 litres in them bales. If I sell them now, we're going to get about 48,500. But if I wait till Jan, we could get nearly 51,500. Now, yes, it's only a couple of grand, but still, every penny counts, especially when I'm trying my best to use no loan and no productions, just good old farming. So what I'm thinking, if I go through and cut this field again, bale this up and make some more silage off this field because it's ready to go, in a couple of months' time, all of them be ready to sell. That should potentially give us, well, if another cut of this, we might get a little bit more this time because it's been treated this time. So we might get maybe an extra bale, maybe 2, I don't know. Could be exactly the same, I'm not sure. But I think that could be down to 100 grand. That'd be nice. That could potentially allow us to buy this next door. It's around about 110. That could potentially. I think it's worth doing. So let me go ahead. We'll open this up. And we'll have a quick look now because this has got the collectors on the back, as you can see. So it's going to bring it all in. So what we'll do is if we just go and put the menu on here and have a look and see how do we actually do it. Toggle work mode. There we go. So that should now bring them all in. You can see you can change which one you want to do. Lift them up to sort of swath it. We'll bring it all in. And then we'll go and activate. Drop down the front one. We'll swap to the back. It's on swath dropping. And if we go through, you'll see now it'll pull it all into a nice swath. Look at that. So it just makes it a little bit easier on the whole baling kind of front because there's no need to come through a windrow. All I've done now is sort of take out the windrow stage. You can just go straight through, swath it like it's done now, grab the baler, bale it, wrap it, and it just takes out that one stage. Now, see, we can't do this if we need to do hay. We're going to have to drop it as normal because we need to ted it, and then we'll have to come through windrow it. So it just helps in this kind of situation. It just eliminates one stage. And strangely, the collectors on the back that are now bringing it into a swath didn't actually cost any more. I expected that was going to be quite a pricey sort of upgrade. But no, strangely enough, when I went onto the option to select it, it just said zero charge. Well, you can't complain with zero charge there, can you? So let's go through. I'm going to go through, get this baled, get some wrapping, and then we can add this to the collection. So just the last little bit to go. Now, I know it does seem a little bit grass heavy on these episodes at the minute, but you've got to admit, this is the best way and easiest way to try and make some money is doing some grass work. So unfortunately, there is going to be a little bit of rinsing and repeating until we can start to build our money up a bit and actually move on to other fields. Now, what I have completely forgot about, because I don't normally do many of them, is actually contracts. We can actually go and help out other farmers. And maybe we could have saved Jimmy from having that barley go all like withered and go bad. That is gutting. Obviously, it's there. It's right in front of us. I can see the field there. I just don't know. I don't know what happened there. So, I think we need to look at maybe doing some contracts to try and help with the money as well. But we also need to look after our own fields. Now, after this one, there isn't really much we can do with our own fields. We've got to wait for the other grass field to grow. The cows are just churning along. Trying to think of a word then. Churning along as normal. So I think what we'll do, we'll get this baled up, we'll get it wrapped, get it fermenting. Now we can have a look and see. Actually, you know what? While that's folding, let's just have a quick look and see what the contract's looking like. So not every map does have contracts. So when we did Western Wales, that didn't have contracts. But some do. So Somerset's we could have done some contracts on, but I just forget about them. Somerset we did have quite a lot of fields on. So here to try and help boost the money. Plus, I think on Somerset we did take out a good few £1 million worth of loan. But here I'm trying my best to have no productions, no loan. We're just trying to do it the best we can. So contracts really will come in handy. Now looking at these here, there's a couple of baling ones. Now we've got all the equipment for baling. We've got the mowers, we've got the windrows, we've got the baler, the wrapper, and an auto-load trailer to pick them up. Now the only thing that worries me a little bit, is it going to recognise the Heston bales? That's the only thing that worries me. Is it going to make much difference? Because obviously the normal equipment's like normal size bales. These are going to be Hestons. I'm assuming it's still going to recognise it as normal, but I mean, look at this, 20 odd grand for these. Not bad. We've got some cultivating here that we could do. I was looking, none of them are Jimmy's field. I wonder if Jimmy's field is going to need cultivating up at some point. Fertilising there for 10 grand. Baling's probably going to be the best one because we have already got the equipment to do it. So we haven't got to lease any equipment. If we do any cultivating, we're going to need a big powerful tractor and a cultivator. So we're going to need to lease, which means, well, there, 3,450. If we take on that, we're going to lose straight away from leasing. Baling, maybe that's the one to look at. So let's go around and get this baled up then. Now, we have potentially got half a baler full of when we did the hay. So we are probably going to get a little bit more. We're going to get one extra bale, but I'm hoping that it's yielded well. That we should be able to get a nice amount on here. We got a trailer full last time, so we'll see this time once we've wrapped them and how many we get. Now, I haven't actually reset the bale counter, so I'm not sure actually. We need to turn it off to reset the bale counter. Reset bale counter. There we go. So nothing's dropped out just yet, so we should be okay. Fingers crossed. Let's go around, get these done, get them wrapped, see how many we've got. So the baling's done, the wrapping's done, as you can see just ahead, all looking pretty good. Now, I'm a little bit baffled. I've just come back to the yard to get the trailer. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's see if we can get this in here this time without writing off the mud guards on the edge. Probably not. You know, I don't think I'll actually get... Oh, that's never going to happen, is it? Hold on, let me get it in the field. It's definitely not the easiest field to get in. So just back it around the corner. Let's see, can we go around this way? Oh, in the trees and everything. We go wide here now. Maybe a little bit too wide. I want to catch the mud guard again because that seems to be a favourite thing to do. There we go. Okay. So it's baffled me a little bit, if I'm honest, this field, because the first time we did this was before it had any treatment on it. We bought the field as it was. It was rough, not limed, not fertilised, and not nothing. And yet, if I'm right, we filled this trailer full, which I think is 16 bales. They are big Hestons, so I think it was 16 bales. As I'm going round, I'm thinking, the grass looked to be better. You know, the swaths and that look pretty good. Now, unless it's just I've not cut as much. But I don't believe there's 16 here. Now, unless... Just going to activate this. Now, unless precision farming is actually, like, affecting it because it's the end of the year. Like, we're into sort of winter time now. Unless that has an effect on, like, the grass, even though it's been treated. I'm not sure, but I'm really sure that we're not anywhere near the same amount of bales as we had before. So it's a little bit baffling of how's it gone down, even though it's been looked after and it's been treated with lime and fertilizer. I'm a little bit baffled. So we'll have a look and see, but I really don't think we've got the same amount. We have actually, we've gone downhill. We're 3 short of last time. I have got everything on it. I'm not missed anything. I'm not seeing things. No, we have got everything. I mean, how's that possible? How have we lost 3 bales worth after liming it and fertilizing it? I don't understand that. All I can think is it is precision farming, is because it's like wintertime or heading into wintertime. It's affecting the grass. Does it do that? If you've done more, I must admit I've not done much with precision farming. If you've done more and you know, any help would be appreciated. Please drop it in the comments below. But now let's go store these at the farm, let them ferment. So because we've now gone and harvested this field here, I think what is going to be a good thing to do is I wanted to get this field, but it's 110,000. Well, this one is 128,000. So I'm going to sell this one. We're now a lot richer, and I'm going to go and buy this one. So it's now give us a little bit... Oh, it's raining. It's give us a little bit more money in the bank. We've got 25 grand in the bank. And we sort of flip the field. So now we've got these bales here on the side, just in this little trailer here, which is strapped on. They're going to ferment. Doesn't matter about being outside, they're wrapped. It's not a problem. We'll leave them to ferment, and then we'll see if we can sell all the bales together. Now, we've got the field where the sheep can go. So we can now look buying some sheep. So I've just gone through on the new grass field, the new like sheep pasture. And because it's obviously got grass in it and it was ready to cut, I thought, well, why not? So I've gone ahead, I've cut it and baled it and just turned it into like normal grass bales. So I'm bringing the telehandler down here because what I've done, I've just left it in the field as bales. So if we just go and park this over here for now, as you see, I'm going to cut it and actually got quite a nice amount because the sheep take grass or hay as their food. So it's actually given me quite a lot of bales. Now, I will come through with the trailer and get them all up in one go, but I've left them here for now because we need to just go over to the gateway and we can actually go and buy, somewhere here, we can actually go and buy sheep. So I'm thinking, I'm torn between, these are what I normally go for, the black faces, white sheep, or I'm thinking of the black Welsh mountain sheep. There's not really any difference, but I am going to go for the older ones, the 8-month ones, rather than the baby ones, because it takes so long to actually get to age and obviously, you know, get to, I think it's, well, obviously 1 month in game is 1 month in age. So yeah, I'm going to go for these. And how many can we get now? It holds 200 in this pasture. Yeah, we're not going to be able to afford that anytime soon. Maybe can we get 20? 20's 10 grand. 10 grand. I'm just thinking, we've obviously got the food, but we're going to need to get water, so we're going to need to either lease a tanker or buy a tanker. So let's go for 20. There we are. The sheep are in. He looks happy. Okay, so we need to now work out. Basically, I'm not planning on like cutting this again, really. I did it before the sheep went in because you can cut it. I mean, also you can walk straight through the sheep. It doesn't quite look right, if I'm honest. I do want to get a dedicated grass field. This one here, number 8, does look pretty good. It's 138,000. And it's sort of, this is the field that we've got grass in at the minute. Now, also, we're going to be using that until we can actually put crops back in there. We are going to get plenty of cuts off that, I would have thought. I'm not exactly sure how many, but I think we're going to get a few off that. It's nearly ready now. But I'm just thinking 8 could be a good one as a, you know, to have as a dedicated grass field. Or maybe field 10 could be better, because that, again, is another grass field. It looks like it's got a mixture of soils. This one here, loamy sand, sandy loam. This one here has got a bit of everything in it. But it's a nice one. We could potentially turn that into a normal field if need be. This one's going to be a bit weird because it's on a slope. I'm not sure if the harvester would actually be able to go along here properly. You know, being a bit of a slope like that, I'm not sure. Might be a bit tricky. But the mowers, it'd be fine. But this one down here, this is number 10. I think this could be a good one. If we jump the gate, I mean, a lot easier to get equipment straight through here. And that bale trailer. Look at this. I think this could be a good one. Now, it's a bit of a price difference. You know, we've got 138 on that one. This one's 230. So it's a bit of a jump. But I'm thinking it could be worthwhile. Something we could save up for. So for now, we just need to go grab one of these bales. And I think we'll just go for this one here for now. We'll put it in for food and we'll just see. I have no idea how much it's going to take. Let's just go inside. See if we drop down a little bit. We can hook onto it. Lift it up. There we go. So this is 9,400 litres. And I do believe one of these troughs here is the food. I'm surprised that actually, if it's this one here, I'm surprised that bale there hasn't actually been dragged in nearly. Let's just see. If we go and put the actual markers on, we can see that this one is the food one. Water is in the next one. Yeah, that bale's very close to being taken in. So let's go drop this down. And let's just see if we unlock it. And see... It's gone in, and the sheep are running this way to be able to get some food. How much does that build up the food trough? It's not bad. Not bad, actually. I mean, it's still nowhere near, but it's not bad. So a few bales should sort this. So let's go round up a couple more. So a couple more, then hopefully this should be the last 2 that it needs. There's a few more gone in. I obviously pushed the one that was right here. So let's just see if we can drop it down here. Is it going to accept all these? This is quite heavy. And obviously it's around about 18,800 litres here. Let's just see, drop it in and see how they all going to go. I don't believe so. I think we've got some of that last one left. So 46,000 litres is what it takes altogether. So not bad. That should last them a little while. So we just need to sort out some water now. So I've just gone and collected the remainder of the grass bales. And we've got 10 grass bales. I think about 4 or 5 went in. And there's still a couple by the food trough, which I've left there because they've literally got like 400 litres in each bale. It's not worth bringing them back. So just left them there. They'll eventually go in as time goes on. So these bales then I'm going to stack in the shed. Telehandler's here. So let me do that. So we just got the last 2 bales to go and grab. These bales actually surprisingly mighty heavy. 2 grass bales. You can see that. You can see a bob in there. I assume the silage ones would have been heavier, but it seems... Well, actually, no, I haven't actually picked any silage up with this one, so maybe they will be. Straw wasn't too bad, but yeah, the grass ones are mighty heavy. So we're stacking these up this corner here. Don't want to go too high with these ones because, like I said, the sheer weight, got to try and get them back off again. So we might just stack these 3 high. We'll drop it on there. We'll unlock them. There we go. Is that, oh dear. Oh dear. What happened there? Can we rescue that one? I might have been a little bit too close to the actual side of the building here. Might have needed just to see if we can actually go up and rescue them. It's a bit tricky. See the angle that they're on there. Can we lock him in? It seems like we can. Uh-oh. Easy. Easy does it. Let's just see, can we actually go and release him there? Are we actually... They seem to be on, from what I can see. Although it does seem like we've still got something grabbed on here. Uh-oh. There we go. I think we're off him now. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. We're not catching the side. All good. Right, we'll leave this in here for now. This can stay in here. We don't need to worry about this. Beautiful. So we've got some grass bales and some straw bales. The silage bales would normally go in here, and obviously we'll get some hay. But the thing is, I don't know if we really need hay. Actually, yeah, we do, don't we? We need hay if we're going to make TMR for the cows. So yeah, straw, silage. Silage ones could potentially stay outside somewhere. There's no need for them to really go in here because they don't need to be protected. Obviously, straw and hay and grass ones do. So, I mean, we could just line them up out here. It'd be nice to actually keep them all in there. So, let's go and have a look. We need a water tanker now to give the sheep some water. So, this is the tanker I've gone for. It holds 20,000 litres. It's got a little motor on the front there so we can pump it. So, we should be able to go to the river and be able to pump it out. But it does hold pretty much everything we can sort of want on this farm. So it'll hold milk, it'll do water, and it will do slurry as well, which depends how realistically you want to take this game, but mixing slurry and milk in the same tank, it's a bit not really something you should do. But then it is just a game at the end of the day, but it will take all that, so we should be able to use this for everything on the farm. So all we need to do now is just go and fill it up. Starting the engine does help. So we can use a farmer's field. Now, I'm not sure really if we should do, but if we just go down here, there is access through a farmer's field. So it's right opposite where our cows are. So we go straight down this road here, racing through the neighborhood, which I'm sure they're going to be happy about. If we turn up here, it's right opposite here where our cow pasture is. Now, we need to sort of just go and back in. So we'll spin around. If we back across here, oh, we're nearly jackknifing that now. We should be able to go through, and if we go across here, we can open this gate. Now, I know it's not ours, but look, we can go pump it in from down there. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, oh, we need to look forward, not behind us anymore. So we just borrow this farmer's field. Sure, they won't mind. We'll be able to go down here, get into the water without going in too deep and getting stuck is the problem. And we'll be able to pump it. Now I'm hoping that, 20,000 litres of water, I'm hoping we're going to have enough power in this tractor to be able to pull it up here. We should. That seems to be going okay so far. Go, baby, go. Let's get this back out of here. Let's get it over to the sheep. So we should be able to go and drive up to this trough here somewhere. And we should be able to fill. Now, I'm not sure how much it's going to take. 20,000 litres. Is it going to take all this? Probably not. Might do, I don't know, we're going to find out. It gives a bit of an idea. That's how quick they go through the water as well. Oh, so it's an 18,000 litre water trough. Not bad. That's pretty good then, so we can keep this in here for now. We'll store this back at the farm. And I think that's going to be a wrap for today. Well, I think this is a good day and a good place to end then. The cows are happy, sheep are happy, a lot of different work has been done, a lot of grass work's been done. We've moved the bales over. Yeah, it's been a good day. The cows are walking towards me. So, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you are liking these videos, it would really help me if you give them a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing as well. Trying my best to get over 1,000 subscribers. You can help with that. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching then. I will see you in the next one.